Okay, so today we have the Cult, Edie, Ciao Baby. So I reacted or reviewed, I guess, the Cult a while back now anyway, and this song was requested, and it was actually requested by my friend's mom. So I said, all right, I'll finally come to it. Watch the video here. This was a single from their 1989 album, Sonic Temple. So let's get into it, talk about it after. I do know Edie, I guess, is Edie Sedgwick. That's as much as I know coming into it, so let's see what's going on in this one. Moody.
Said you were a youth quaker, Edie, a stormy little world shaker. Oh, Warhol's darling queen, Edie, an angel with a broken wing. The dogs lay at your feet, Edie, oh, we caressed your cheek. Oh, stars wrapped in your hair. But you're not there. Oh, caught up in an endless sea. Yeah, paradise is shattered dreams. Oh, wide on the pills you took, Edie. Your innocence dripped blood sweet shadow.
Oh, Lord. Good Lord. Nice little solo.
Oh, sweet little sugar talker.
Oh.
Paradise dream stealer. Oh, Warhol's little queen, Edie.
Warhol.
An angel with a broken wing. The dogs lay at your feet. Oh, we caressed your cheek. Well, the stars wrapped in your hair. We laughed without a care.
So there it is, the Cult and Edie, Ciao Baby, in brackets. So, my God, I laughed a couple times throughout the video, and it's not because of Edie and how she passed away young at 28 and stuff like that, but just because every time I listen to the Cult and I listen to Ian Astbury's voice, I forget how much I like his voice and his facial expressions here in the video, and again, it seems like it comes so easy to him to sing so powerfully, and how he could just turn that on, like, you know, within an instant, and you go from just singing, I guess, in a more monotone way, and then he just, you know, just goes yeah whatever, he starts yelling. It's like, Jesus Christ. And again, he has the long hair and you know, his looks too, my God, almost like he's staring right into your soul. You know, I was just entranced watching the video here, and that's the whole point, I feel like, when he's staring into your soul, because you're talking about Edie Sedgwick here again, and they mentioned Warhol at one point. I guess, again, this is just a tribute to Edie, and he where Ian really just sympathizes with her and what she went through, because again, she did have a troubled life. Again, she did die at 28 of I did look at how she died. There was like different I guess the coroner never really gave a specific reasoning or whatever. It said could have been, you know, accidental or a suicide. I don't know if there was ever a more concrete answer given or not, but either way, that's what I saw when I looked it up. But yeah, and he's just sympathizing with her. I can't talk. Sympathizing with her and giving a serious kind of message here. And again, his looks and stuff like that, you know, he has such a serious look on his face throughout the whole thing. It's not like this is a happy kind of song. It is kind of celebratory in a way of Edie's life, but again, at the same time, they're really just talking about, you know, the kind of bad hand she was dealt with, some things that happened in her life, and maybe how she was kind of taken advantage of at some points too. And I guess we'll get more into that when we look at the lyrics. But I will say, I love the opening of the track. Of course, you had the string arrangements within the track. I would say, you know, there's some cellos in there. You could see in the video too, and you know, in a semicircle kind of a way, everybody's sitting there on the strings, and so that was just beautiful. That gave the track an even more extravagant feel. The opening guitar riff as well. I don't know what it is. I was thinking, you know, this remind me of like Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd, the opening guitar riff. I don't know why that came to mind, but it's just, or maybe even Guns N' Roses, because it was the time, 1989. But I don't know, there's some, you know, the riff reminded me of some other band, I guess, but you know, that doesn't really give you anything to go off of. But anyway, that's what came to my head. And but really, it was kind of a again, we're dealing with a serious subject here, so the music was even kind of emotional. It was even sad as well. It's not like this song is again, it's not trying to be happy. It's not trying to be so upbeat in a way. It was kind of put in a downtrodden way on purpose, again, because of the subject matter. But either way, to look at the personnel, I got to give the guy on the guitar here, Billy Duffy, of course. Billy Duffy on guitar. He had the guitar solo in there too, and that again, there was so much feel, there's so much emotion just within the guitar. And you talk about feel and emotion through Billy Duffy, just himself, and again through Ian. And I mean, my God, it was just, I don't know, there's so much emotion, there's so much feel here. You could tell this was it came from a real place. I mean, these guys, it seemed like they really wanted to talk about Edie. I don't know which one wrote the lyrics or whatever, but either way, it seemed like they really had to get this off their chest, and they weren't phoning it in or anything like that. They were intrigued by Edie's story, and they made such a great tribute to her here. And again, not a tribute that, again, was very serious and very well thought out, I would say too. And where Ian's voice shined again, I mean, my God. But anyway, yeah, I talked about Ian, of course, on vocals, Billy on guitar, Jamie Stewart is on bass here, and keyboards too, it says. And the keyboards, I feel like maybe they weren't as prominent at times because of the guitar, because of Ian's powerful vocals, but I did like the keyboards and the effect that gave the song too. It gave it, again, I keep saying emotional. What other word could I use? It kept giving it a more, hold the phone. I would just say they made the song very personal, and you know, when you figure out, oh, it's Edie Sedgwick, yeah, they did a hell of a job giving her a tribute here and telling her story. And I love the video, the music video as well, of showing her in a car. At one point, she rolls up the window, and just, I don't know, just really getting the point home of this is for Edie, you know, that kind of a thing. So anyway, let's go on to the lyrics here. Again, I feel like it's straightforward. We know who we're talking about here, and we know, you know, if you know her story, you know what's going on. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog snoring. But now, finally, the lyrics. Always said you were a youthquaker, Edie, and there is a annotation here on Genius.com. Youthquake was a 1960s fashion, musical, and cultural movement, and of course, Edie, I mean, she embodied that movement. A stormy little world shaker. Warhol's darling queen, Edie, an angel with a broken wing. So they paint a very vivid picture here They explain everything very well. I mean, the band, again, is putting her on a pedestal here, Edie. And I like how in the first line, again, they reference her name. They say Edie. Again, don't get it twisted. We're talking about Edie here. Edie Sedgwick, my goodness. And stormy little world shaker. She took on the world, and, she was maybe small in stature, you might say. But Warhol's Darling Queen, of course, she worked a lot with Warhol. And An Angel with a Broken Wing, she was beautiful. But she had some problems, of course, and my goodness. And I talk about her work with Warhol. Of course, I think her last film was called Ciao Manhattan. I was searching up here, and that's why the band put Ciao Baby in the title, because, they worked the word Ciao in there because it was from her final film. Anyway, the dogs lay at your feet, Edie. We caress your cheek. Stars wrapped in your hair, Edie. Again, I like the repetition of the word, of the name Edie, of her name. Again, just showing it more and more that we're talking about Edie Sedgwick here. Life without a care, but you're not there. You're never there. And when he said the dogs lay at your feet, I was thinking, of course, there's actual dogs in the video, but as well, I was thinking, is he almost referencing like men? Is he calling men dogs, or even just everybody? I mean, it seemed like she was kind of being, worshipped at this time in the 60s, and everyone was at her feet. And we caressed your cheek. I mean, yeah, again, she was kind of worshipped in a way. She was loved. And yeah, so anyway, that comes to mind. Life without a care. She lived life without a care, perhaps. But you're not there, you're never there. Of course, she's gone. You're dead. She's dead. I mean, my gosh. And, she's still dead today, just like she was in 1989. Caught up in an endless scene. Her life, of course, was an endless scene, a hectic scene, it seems like, anyway. And the band, again, does a very good job of explaining this. Paradise, a shattered dream. And you might think, again, because she was wealthy, she was a socialite, she was in films, you might think, oh, that's a perfect life. I'd like to live her life. But Paradise was a shattered dream here. And again, their wordplay, their word choice, it just explains everything so well, and it's just so descriptive, you might say. Why'd all the shit you took, Edie? Your innocent stripped blood, sweet child. And again, to talk about referencing, of course, Ciao Baby, calling her sweet child, talking about her innocence. Again, she was just a kid. She was 28 when she passed away, gone way too soon. And, she took a lot of shit. She went through a lot in these times, and it's just kind of sad in that way. And they're really getting that point home. And then we have the chorus one more time, and then sweet little sugar talker. Again, I just love how he has these descriptive lines with so much pizzazz and just talking about her, sweet little sugar talker. And it just sounds so 1980s as well with a line like that. And only Ian can sing it the way he can, of course, with that powerful voice and just almost sexy voice, you might say as well. Paradise Dream Stealer, Warhol's Darling Queen, that comes back in. Innocent Stripped, Sweet Child. So more of the same here, but again, they keep propping her up. Because again, she seems to be quite the influence on the band, you would say here, I think. Why did you, and then we have, the chorus again, but why did you kiss the world goodbye? Ciao, baby. Don't you know paradise takes time? Ciao, Edie. That's repeated on. And then we have Ciao, baby, repeated 4 times to finish out the song. But when he said, why did you kiss the world goodbye? Why did you kiss the world goodbye? Ciao, baby. It's almost like, because again, she passed away, I believe, from an overdose, I believe. And it seemed like almost he's kind of saying, you had the choice not to die. Why did you go this way? Why did you die at all? But also he could just be pleading with her, at her, because he liked her a lot, and then she had to go and die. And why did you have to do this? Why did you have to kiss the world goodbye? And instead of saying why did you have to die, I just like how he says, why did you have to kiss the world goodbye? It just it's better word choice, I guess. But yeah, obviously he's very emotional about this. And it's real too. It's raw, and he seems to be wrapped up in Edie here. Again, she seemed to be an inspiration, or maybe a crush he had at some point in his life. I don't know, but yeah, and it's just you could feel the emotion, you could feel the relatability, I guess you could say. Somebody you like a lot who passes away, and you think like, why did they have to die? And yeah, I just like it a lot. Don't you know that paradise takes time? And he just says, ciao, Edie, ciao, baby. And it's almost like, because of course the band seems to really be, I was gonna say in love, but they seem to like her a lot. It seems like whenever Ian's time comes, whenever whoever the band's time comes, they'd like to see Edie on the other side, perhaps. And ciao, baby. You were beautiful, you were great, and you lived kind of a tumultuous life. And now you're gone, and ciao, baby, I'll see you again someday. Something like that kind of comes to mind. But either way, again, you can feel the emotion here. You can feel the realness of it. This was not just phoned in, whatever. You can feel that this came from a real place, that they want to get out their chest. And they did a great tribute here to Edie Sedgwick. And I liked it a lot. Again, the music was very kind of downtrodden in a way, and it was still great solos and stuff like that. Still very powerful, but still guttural at points. But at the same time, there's still kind of a sadness to it, and that's the whole point. So anyway, I guess that's all I got to say. So thanks for the request. I always love coming back to the cult. I always forget how much I love Ian's voice. So that's always fun. So anyway, thanks for everything. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all the stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.